What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of On the Floor with Liv and Cor. I'm Cor, that's Liv, and today is another special edition episode of our series, The 12 Gymnasts of the Big Ten. And today we have a very special guest. We have Alexa Marie Rothenbuescher. Frick! I told you I was gonna get it wrong. Buscher, Buscher. It's Buscher,
Sure.
Busher.
everyone. Now everyone is gonna know what it is. It's Alexa Marie Rothenbuescher.
Yeah,
Hey, welcome to
10.
the
you got
show.
it.
Welcome to the show, Alex.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. Okay, let's get started how we actually started this original call today. Olivia, what is your question for our friend Alexa here?
Alexa got on Zoom and I go, "Oh my God, what lip gloss is she wearing?" So naturally I asked and she told me it was the which one?
It's the Jisoo lip oil. I
So
think that's how you
naturally it's now in my Sephora cart.
say
And she
Mhm.
should get compensation for influencing me to buy it.
Yes, I'm an influencer now.
You are.
Oh, Rothenbuescher wearing the honey lip oil from that place that you just said.
From that place,
From
Jisoo.
that place.
Yeah, and then of course, I had to add that I was just wearing Blistex chapstick. So,
We need to upgrade you
okay.
ASAP.
Okay. Well, Alexa, thanks so much for being on here. Number one, I just need to do a wellness check on you. How was your senior night? Are you okay? Is everything okay?
Oh yeah.
Are you emotional? What's going on? Where are you at?
Um, yeah, I was definitely a little sad. Well, like with my first senior night, the tears did spill quite a bit my first senior night. So like this time I felt more prepared, but obviously this time it was like more real in a sense. But I don't know, like if you have that feeling ever when you're kind of just like ready
Hmm.
and you feel like you've accomplished what you needed to and you're like satisfied, like that's how I feel. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, what an amazing place to be in. It's so
Yeah.
cool. I mean, in a time when probably you have everyone and their brother asking you, like, what are you doing after school and what's next and all this stuff,
Yeah.
to be able to like have a moment where you can close the chapter or feel ready to close the chapter,
Mhm.
it's a that's a gift that you have that feeling right now. So
Yeah.
what a great place to be.
Obviously, the transition out of college athletics, I'm gonna be a little like, ooh. And like I feel like that's for like everyone literally just coming out of college in general. So um yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I have like my plan and I feel ready. So I'm excited.
I love it. I love it.
Well, before we talk about what's in store for the remainder of your fifth year season, let's go back to why Maryland, because I think a lot of people just want to know why you decided to come to this program. You've really left your mark on it already, and you're not even done. So I would love to know your backstory of why you chose Maryland and just give everyone some insight into that.
Yeah, so it's kind of a funny story because I remember I think Aaron or some like one of the coaches like reached out and was like, we would love for Alexa to come on like an unofficial. And I was kind of like, I'm from Northern Virginia, so it's like pretty close to home. So I was kind of like, like, I don't know. Like, and then my mom told me that I could miss Saturday practice. So
Wait, we love this. We love
Iconic.
we love this.
it's like, well, like if you go, like you don't have to go to Saturday practice, like it would be on that day. And I was like, help me in. Perfect.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
I
but
know
there's
French
got to
be
be
listening
more.
to it.
There's got to be more to the why Maryland story.
Yeah, yeah, no. So I like go and I wasn't really expecting anything of it. Like I was kind of like I think it was like my second visit. So I wasn't really like I was also like 15. So I'm like, I don't really know. Like I'm out of practice. This is this is cool. My mom gets there, we get lost on the way there, as per usual. And I got there and I think I was like halfway through the visit and I literally was like, I want to go here. And like I told my mom, and she was like, "What?" She's like, "You're crazy. Like, let's like finish the visit." And I'm like, I just like connected with the coaches like so well. Like we were laughing the whole time. Like Aaron's like my best friend at this point. Like Brett's my dad, JJ's my dad, Morgan's gonna be my new one. Like Morgan wasn't even there when I was getting recruited, and neither was JJ at the time. So like I was just connected really well with Brett and Aaron at first, and I was just kind of like, oh my gosh, I think this could be like my next home for the 4 years. Like even halfway through, I hadn't even seen the facilities yet. Like I didn't even know what's going on. It was just like the personal connection that I made with the coaches, like really made me want to go there. Like compared to like my other one visit that I had and that I already knew, I was like, nah. So yeah, so like a little kind of like forced trip from my mom kind of got me to go to Maryland, which is crazy.
Amazing.
I mean,
Yeah.
we've felt that connection with your coaches as well. As Olivia and I have worked around Big Ten championships and in the Big Ten for a few years now. We agree. Like Brett is an incredibly personable human being that always makes
Yeah.
us feel welcome into any space, and he's always going out of his way to like make sure that people know that he sees them and that they're known and that they feel really good around him. And the same goes for JJ and Aaron. And I haven't had the honor to meet Morgan just yet, but I cannot wait. This weekend is going to be my first time, but um, it makes complete sense to us. And honestly, you have done an amazing job just really taking on um, I'm going to call it ownership of being an amazing terrapin at the University of Maryland, not only as an athlete there, but also as a student. And, we were doing a little bit of background history on you and understanding like where you're going in your career and your major and things of that sort. And I think it was really interesting to hear the story about how a lot of the health organizations on campus were something that was like really interesting and really important to you as you headed into your career as a student athlete. So can you speak a little bit about where you're at? The academic side of being a student athlete is major,
Yeah.
and you're in grad school, and you know there's no shortage of things to do right now in terms of like getting stuff done. But walk us through a little bit of how Maryland has provided you an incredible platform for what your career is going to be after grad school and after you finish this final year of gymnastics.
Yeah, so I'll like do a little run back like when I first got to school. Obviously that was COVID, so that was already hard enough. But I like found through one of the other student athletes that there was like this organization called Pre-Health Terps, which is like all a student-led pre-health group. So any health career path. And I knew that coming in, I wanted to do some kind of medicine. That's always been like my thing. So I joined that, and then I kind of like learned what I wanted to do, which is to be a physician assistant. So that's like my next step now, where I'll be applying to in April. But I got my undergrad in public health. I was navigating between like bio, public health, kines, like what I wanted to do, and like pre-health terps really helped with that. They like tell you like the prereqs for like certain schools that you need, or like different classes you need to take, or like what other healthcare like positions that you don't even know about type thing. So I was like on a part of that for like all my years. And then for 3 years, I was like on the exec board, and then I became president of the club. And then now I'm like the director of alumni relations in my grad position. So
Oh.
I'm yeah, very involved in that. And like we just have a great like career readiness program. It's called Maryland Made. And they have like you can do like mock interviews, like get internships through them. So they just kind of like set you up. But my main thing was working with pre-health terps. So now I'm kind of like as like president and like in my grad situation now, I'm kind of like a mentor to those that are younger. And like we have a lot of girls on our team that are like pre-health. So they just kind of like follow in my footsteps, essentially, like being on the exec board and just learning from me. Yeah.
I mean, you
Wow.
Maryland ambassador, Alexa Marie over here.
Talk about not having enough time for like a life just being a regular student athlete, but add president and director of alumni and all of these
Yeah.
amazing things for a program that is very unique. I mean, I've never really heard of something. I bet schools have their own different versions of this, but it is so cool that you found that and they were able to help guide you through undergrad and what you're doing now. That's amazing and such a cool thing to have on your resume for life that you were a part of that and to help guide your teammates. I mean, that's so clutch in so many ways.
And it's a lot of fun. It's not like people are sitting down or getting lectured and like whatnot. Like we have food, we try to like make it interactive. So it's like it's just obviously like sometimes it feels like something you have to go to, like after practice, after a lift, like you're tired. It's at like 7 p.m. on a random Wednesday. But like we try to make it fun and it's been a lot of fun. And I've been a part of it for 5 years now. So, you know, obviously I
Amazing.
still enjoy it.
Amazing. It's amazing. Okay, let's go a little bit more into the gymnastics route for a second. One thing that just popped in my mind, I want to know what it was like to be in the stadium when UCLA came to town and all of those fans showed up for Maryland gymnastics. What was that like to compete in that stadium, like at home in that home environment? Tell us a little bit about that experience.
Yeah, it was actually like insane. Like I can't even like describe it. Like I can't believe that like that many people showed up. Like I knew that it was gonna be like a lot of people. And when I've seen our like stadium filled for like basketball, whatever, but like for gymnastics, it was incredible. And like the energy, like I couldn't even hear myself, which was probably good because who knows what was going on in my head. But I was like, oh my goodness. And then like they were cheering like just as loud as for like for us that as they were for UCLA. And there was like a lot of red in the stands. Like they weren't just here for UCLA. So like it was great that UCLA brought in those fans for us, but like we still also like felt loved and like appreciated there. So it was just awesome. And I hope that like continues to grow.
I'm just so glad you got that experience while you were there, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure as an alumni, I'm sure there was other former teammates of yours that came back and saw that, and they equally were proud. But to have that experience to compete in front of those fans is amazing. Is just so cool.
It's
It
Um,
was so cool to see your face just now light up when we
I
brought it up
know,
too. I
like
mean, it clearly left a legacy moment for you in your career. And you're
yeah.
right. Brett said too, when I talked to him about it, there was a lot of red in Xfinity.
Hmm.
And so, yes, they were obvious, there were numerous reasons why a lot of people were there. But for you guys to have that and feel that energy and for you to be like, I couldn't even hear myself, that is exactly the type of environment that we feed off of energy from. And I just love that you got to have that, especially with COVID being your freshman year. From that to your fifth year to have like a full Xfinity is amazing.
Yeah. And I wasn't even in vault like for that day. And I like randomly had to step in. My score didn't end up counting because like the rules and whatnot, but I literally had my grips on, ready for bars. And I had to like step in and go. And like I went and stuck my ball. And I was like, I probably wouldn't have been able to do that like without all these people here.
Yes.
That was insane. Like it was just great like momentum for us and like just a great way to start off like at home that this year.
I love that. I love that. What is your favorite memory as a Terp in your career?
Ooh. Um, it's gotta be like when I like finally hit a good floor routine. Like my first time because I was out for like the remainder of my like club career with an injury and COVID. And then I got to school and I had a herniated disc. So I was out my freshman year. And then I got back in floor my sophomore year. I was only doing floor. And I was like going out of bounds, like not doing what I knew I was capable of. So I think I remember when I made my first like really good floor routine and like all my teammates just came like on the floor and hugged me and we were all jumping around and like I think I finally felt like that I was like able to do gymnastics again because like I feel like I had like such high expectations for me like coming in. And so then like when you don't meet those and like you obviously read college gym news and you read the gym internet, like you don't really like it gets to you and it gets to like all athletes too. But like I finally felt like I had like the breakthrough I needed to. And that like obviously I got into more events the next year. I've added an event every year. So here we are now. But like that small like one moment was like my breakthrough, I feel like.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yeah, core
Olivia,
memory for sure.
Olivia has a very important question about a very significant leotard that we are slightly obsessed with, and I think you might be too.
The turtle shell Leo's everything.
Oh,
And I
yeah, we just
remember
wrote that.
Yes, and I remember last year at Big Tens, Brett and Aaron showed it to me before you guys saw it, and I was like,
It's
"Did it?
so good.
You did it." So, tell me about that, Leo, because I just love it, and it encompasses Maryland. And then, can you give us a little sneak peek of like if there's going to be a new one this weekend and for the remainder of season?
Yeah, okay, so that Leo, I literally had no clue that they were even like coming out with like something like that. Like we've been in like the talks of like let's try to make a turtle shell back, but like that's definitely hard. And I think we like executed it in the way that it doesn't look like chuggy or like anything like that. Like it looks good. Like everyone is like, oh my gosh, look at the back of this Leo, and it flatters us like super well. So like I think that's a fan fave. And like I literally when I was coming back for my fifth year, I was like, that's the photo I'm taking my media day pictures in. Like this is why I'm back. I'm back for this Leo. Like
I
so
love
that's
it.
one of my favorite Leos for sure. And then the red one we also got this year is one of my favorites too.
We love
Yeah.
that one. That
It's
was that
beautiful.
it. I mean, it's really. I would say it's tough to do a monochrome Leo in a significant color. Like you can do a black or you can do. We've seen white, but like in a significant color like red, I think that your guys' Leo really crushed.
It's great.
Yeah, and of course we get but it's not Maryland. Like we always are getting like if we don't have the flag or like a turtle shell on our back, it's not Maryland.
I
So
know.
much.
But you know what other one slayed was that Pride Leo. You guys always slay Pride.
Ugh, it's so good. And JJ and his husband helped design it, so it was just really special to wear it.
Oh.
Yeah, and it definitely means a lot to them. So like I was like, yes,
Well,
this is
sorry,
great.
I want to unpack that a little bit more. Am I right? Doesn't JJ's husband work for Under Armour?
He did,
Okay.
yeah, at
Okay.
one point. So we also had like pride shirts, like I think maybe my freshman or sophomore year that were like made by Under Armour and it was like kind of like handwritten stuff on it. So like we always do like something special with it. It's really important to us. So
Yeah, I
yeah.
remember JJ's husband sat on a panel at the Big Ten. It
Mhm.
was like a Pride conference that they had, and I saw that he was there. And so when I see moments like that happen with your team, you have the leotard and the shirts, and obviously like oftentimes JJ is like the center point of those photos, right? I know
Yeah.
how much it means to him, but I also just think that like it's important for fans to understand that when you wear something like that, it's not just here's this t-shirt, put it on. Like there's
Yeah.
usually a storyline or there's an impactful moment or there's education of some sort or learning of some sort that goes alongside of why these moments are happening. And it's so clear that you guys are very intentional about when you guys put on that leotard, that shirt, have those moments. I mean, it's so clear that you guys are doing it with intention and pride, lack of a better word, just and pride in those moments, and it's super cool.
Yeah, it's definitely just like for a bigger purpose than just like putting it on and saying we did it. Like we
Yeah.
truly mean to spread awareness, like have people like share their stories and feel comforted. So
Yeah.
that's what we're all about over here.
Amazing. Okay, we have one one final question for you that we're asking all athletes that we're interviewing. This is a tough one, so I'm sorry in advance. But the Big Ten's amazing. Like I competed in it. We have that in common. And you know, everywhere you look, someone is so talented. Teams are talented athletes. They go through things, they come back. Can you tell us a student athlete, a gymnast on another Big Ten team who inspires you?
Ooh, okay. Let me dig deep here.
You can pick
Um,
multiple if you'd like.
Yeah, you can pick multiple.
I'm just gonna shout out the whole like Michigan State team. Like our team loves them. Like like I wouldn't call it an obsession, but like we are rooting for them any chance we get. Like it's just incredible like seeing their like uprise. Like they were like a good program when we were like being when I was being recruited and stuff and then they had like that dip and they took COVID off and it's just like I didn't even know about them anymore and then all of a sudden they were just like back and like they are just like wow like I can't even they all look like great people I never hear anything like bad I just like I'm like, wow, what an incredible program. Like they're doing something right over there. But
They are incredible
yeah,
people. They
I
are.
like don't know anyone like super like personally. Also Tori Vetter on Ohio State is just beautiful to watch. Again, don't know her, but I'm like, wow, your gymnastics is amazing and you seem like a great human being. I love watching her.
Oh, I love
So,
that. I love that.
yeah.
Those are great picks.
Great picks. And honestly, every time we hear of like each interview that we do, who these picks are, like I just want to coordinate like a big meetup for everyone to just have a big group hug because
Yeah. Oh, I'll
everyone,
also shout out Sarah Moreha on Minnesota because we are both Team Impact Fellows. And so I know her. So she's so sweet and she's killing it this year. So I'm really proud of her. And she has been such a help with Team Impact. And like I love collaborating with her. So yeah, shout out to her as well.
Wow,
oh,
you slayed this.
yeah,
What
this was great. This
can I
was
say? I
great.
love
Oh,
the Big
good.
Ten. Oh, and
Well,
I also forgot to give you a little like I think normally for Big Tens we do debut a new Leo. They like to hide it from us. But
Yeah, they love that.
I've been here for 5 years. I think I know the pattern by now. So
You're
like
not shocking anyone.
so I'm hoping it's something like this is my hopes. I don't
Oh,
know anything like about it, but I'm hoping it's some kind of like not like our Pride Leo we had before, but like Maryland Pride.
mm,
Hoping it's something with that because we just retired one. So
Uh,
I'm hoping that a new one will be something in our like I think we're on what Pride like 4.0 is what we would call it. So I'm hoping it's something with that.
I love
Um, if not, we have a Leo that we are wearing, but then you guys also like it. So
We're obsessed
amazing.
with all, I mean, I like love so many of the Maryland Leos, so like I wouldn't be upset with anything, but we are on new Leo watch because some very good new leotards have been dropping in the Big Ten this year and we're
yeah,
here for it.
I'm hoping.
Yes.
Erin always likes to hide it like in the back of like her sweatshirt, and it's like we're like this, like. But normally
You
at
can't
Big
hide it from me.
Yeah, I'm like, again, I'm pretty sure every Big Ten's like we've gotten a new Leo. So I'm pretty sure that's like the trend.
Wait, I
Unless
love this.
I'm bamboozled this year, but
Literally, I love that. I love that. Well, Alexa, thank you so much for hopping on here today. We had a blast getting to chat with you, and we cannot wait to see you this weekend in Ann Arbor. It's going to be a blast. Hopefully, we can coordinate like a Michigan State group hug or a Sarah moment with you. But no, we just adore you and we're so proud of you for the amazing work that you've done in and out of the gym. And we're so excited to see the career path that you take after gymnastics. And man, you left a legacy as a Maryland Terrapin, and you should be very proud. So we are very proud of you. But we are also just so excited to have one final Big Tens all together with you this weekend.
thank you guys for having me. This was fun. I could sit
Oh,
here for like hours.
And that's why we started this podcast.
literally, we're just hanging out, talking to our friends. That's
We're
it.
just gabbing.
Just gabbing. Well, with that, that's the end of this episode. We hope you guys enjoyed this special edition episodes of 12 gymnasts of the Big Ten. I'm gonna get the hang of it by the time I get to number 12. And this has been Alexa Rothenbuescher, and this is Corey, and that's Liv, and I just crushed her last name and I'm so proud of myself. So with that,
Proud of you
we're
too.
gonna say goodbye. Keep tuning in. We have 4 more interviews for you tomorrow as we head into the championship weekend. This has been another episode of the Big Ten Championship Countdown. We're gonna see you later. Bye.